and I'm kicking it with Elma. Tune in, baby.
Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Can I kick it?
Yo, what's up? This is your man Uncle Imani from the world famous phantasmagorical Pharcyde, and right now I want you to put your ear to the speaker and kick this.
Right, it's Elma, and I'm thrilled because I'm kicking it today with the legendary and two of my very favorite hip-hoppers of all time. It's the Pharcyde.
What's up?
Currently on tour celebrating the 20th anniversary of their debut
First album.
Yeah. Bizarre Ride to the Pharcyde.
Came out in November 1992.
Welcome to London, guys.
Back again. What's up?
Uncle Imani and Bobby Brown.
Thank you very much.
So it is hailed as one of the classic hip-hop albums of all time. How do you think it stood up to the 20 years?
The people. We have nothing to do with it. If the artist had anything to do with it, everybody's album would be classic. And everybody would be great. The people bought the records. The people liked it. People kept recycling it and giving it to their cousins and their friends and their brothers and their sisters. And they made it work. We just made the music.
Do you ever hear the influences of it on other people's music?
I think so. I mean, I think everybody's kind of influenced off of everybody. I mean, in some sort of way. I think mostly what people get out of it is that we were just young and just kind of like doing what we wanted to do. I don't think it's necessarily an influence. I think it just gave people like an open mind as far as like music doesn't have to be one way.
Okay, well that brings me to the fact that like in the early 90s, a lot of the rap was predominantly gangster rap, and so when you guys came along, it was very quirky. Your music, the beats were very funky, and you kind of had that self-deprecating humor. How did your style evolve?
De La Soul was there first, and we were big fans of De La Soul, big fans of Tribe, big fans of Brand Nubian, and it wasn't like it wasn't other hip-hop, it was just what was selling a lot at the time. I mean, at the time, it was like MC Hammer was selling a lot, and it was just coming off of like NWA days. Right when we came out, like 1992, 93, it was like a real big time for hip-hop, because like the Wu-Tang Clan came out, Outkast came out, Goody Mob came out, Dr. Dre came out with The Chronic, Freestyle Fellowship, Alcoholics, Dale the Funky Homo Sapien, Ice Cube broke away from NWA and was working with the Bomb Squad. So that move in itself was just like, dang, he's from the West Coast, he's messing with the Public Enemy people. It just was a different day in hip-hop, and we were just a part of that different day. We didn't start anything, or like, we were just a part of, it was a big wave of just shit happening, and we just caught that wave.
Are Freestyle Fellowship still going?
Yeah, Mike and I is on tour right now. I mean, I don't know if they function as a complete group, but I mean, all the members are still functioning, because Abstract, Rude, and AC Alone, they have a lot to do with the Project Blow, and then Mike and I has a solo record, and Peace.
Okay.
Never Stop.
I'm loving the recent track you made, Dedication, and it's got the same kind of like good beats on it. And I spoke to a younger RJ recently from some village, and he was saying that he doesn't think that the type of style that you had and Tribe had is around anymore.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It just doesn't look the same because we're 40 plus. But I mean, there's a lot of people that are younger than us. They call themselves representing that kind of hip hop. You know what I mean? They just look different. Wear different kinds of clothes.
You know, after years, I think people just get their own interpretation of what, you know. It's like somebody said, "Oh, that reminds me of like a Duke Ellington song or a John Coltrane song," but then it doesn't. Like, you know, it's their, you know, Kenny G may think he's playing John Coltrane, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? But he may have all his influences from that, but I think it's just it's just the now. It's just their interpretation of the now, and you know, I mean, I'm with it. I just look at it like kids gotta have some type of outlet. I said, if you're not hitting somebody on the head, making some music, doing something you know, I mean, I think that's the best thing to do. I mean, I feel like people kind of like put a hard time on the kids because of them trying to just make their music and what they're doing today. I mean, they're doing it the best they can, I guess.
When we was 18, 19, there's no 40-year-olds going to tell us anything about nothing. Now that we're 40, there's no way we can tell no 19-year-old what to do. We have to just figure out what our niche is in being 40 in hip-hop, because when we was coming up, it wasn't no 40-year-old hip-hoppers. It was like once you got to 25, you did something else. But then there was so much money involved. A lot of people's livelihoods just panned out of hip-hop. Didn't even know what to expect. They just kept going with it. So, I mean, Dr. Dre made $100 million last year, they were saying. Snoop Dogg is big time. I mean, Kanye West, Jay-Z.
Okay,
You
but
know,
it's
I mean,
quite a different style from what you did.
no. To make money, and to be a consumer phenom, you have to change up a lot of things sometimes. I mean, you're not gonna be able to access so many people when you're doing certain things. I mean, Cypress Hill talks about weed, but there's probably 3 million weed heads in the world. You know what I'm saying? So, but they're not reaching a lot of people just because of what their subject matter is. But they're cool with it. They like their 3 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, we would like to get more fans. I mean, we don't like to close ourselves off. It's just we fuck with whoever fucks with us. It's not like we're going for a certain audience or anything. We just like to do the music we like to make, and whoever wants to listen to it. I mean, you can't really pick and choose your fans.
Something that means something. I gotta kick something that means something. Something that means something. Something that means something. Gotta kick something that means
When you're touring at the moment, do you see like a lot of new young fans at your gigs as well as people in their 30s, 40s?
You see new and old. And just because like somebody is older, they can still be new. In our time, you wouldn't really see nobody that was 30 something or, above 30 starting off rapping. And I see a lot of that today. Like somebody may be like 30, be like, man, I always wanted to do it. And so, they're involved with it now. So I just say like, as far as just making music, I just think that, you can't make those boundaries. I just think like, man, I think at any time you could just make some music and, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I mean, I don't see why people just, it's crazy how people just put those boundaries around you and you're supposed to be this and supposed to be that, but then, you gotta make a hit and then you gotta do this and do that, and it's like all the circumstances that they're saying how you should be to what you should do actually doesn't match sometimes, most of the time.
Uncle Manny, you are a self-proclaimed hater, but you say with class. Mm-hmm. Can you,
I don't like everything.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
No one should be forced to like everything. There's a lot of shit that I don't like, and it should be cool not to like shit. You shouldn't have to be like, politically correct. If I don't like some shit, I don't like some shit. I don't like it. A gang of people don't like the Pharcyde. It's all good. Gang of shit out there I don't like, so it's all good.
Right. Can you give me an example of something that you're hating on at the moment? Who or what that you don't like?
For example, my son is 15.
Yeah.
And I'm 42. We have a generation gap with the hip hop, so there's some things that he's into, but I can't say it's whack. It's not my shit. I ain't into it. I'm hating on it. I can't tell him what hip hop is. When we were younger, we always said we didn't want to be them dudes. Be like, oh man, I'm gonna tell you what hip hop is. Like, you can't tell somebody. I mean, hip hop is hip hop. You like what you like. You gravitate to what you like, and you fuck with that. If you don't fuck with it, don't fuck with it.
Plus, you're his dad, so he's gonna have to like something that you don't like. Makes sense.
Yeah, that's pretty much. My mom hated my shit. Some of it.
On the flip side of that, what's currently putting a smile on your faces? Bobby first.
You mean music-wise or just anything? I like Danny Brown. I like Danny Brown. I think he has a edge to him. I mean, like he's not like us. I mean, he's today's generation, but I think like for what he does and how he comes across it, I think he's kind of true to what he does, and you can kind of get that. So I listen to Danny Brown. I mean, I listen to everything. I mean, I make music, I produce music, so I feel like if you're a maker of music or a creator of a music, I think like you have to have much more of an open head than the average person, because you want to try to do something different, you want to try to do something unique, you want to try to invent something. So I think that every little thing you listen to, it all makes sense in the end when you're trying to make your own mixture of whatever you're trying to do. So I just try to keep an open head. I mean, I don't really have anything I don't like, because most of the time I get an album, I try to find the things that I do like.
And anything putting a smile on your face?
There's a lot of stuff. I just like when people do their own thing, and it's like, dang, I never seen no shit like that. That's different. Anything that's like that. Individual style. There's so much music, and it takes so much time for like to digest the music. It's like I'm still catching up on shit from the 90s that I missed out on, the 2000s, you know what I mean? So much music. So I'm not the dude to be up on what's happening, what sounds good to me, and what vibe I'm in that day. I don't know what's hot. I don't know who's hot. Sometimes I catch some hot. I bought the Kendrick Lamar album. I liked it because I'm a Dr. Dre fan. Yeah. And I think that's cool. I like his little clique with the Ab Soul and the J Rock and they thing they got going. It's so many cats though, man. They all good.
How do you feel about the sort of anti-Muslim posters that are going up in New York subways and on the buses? You haven't heard about it?
Not the posters, but I saw the movie that the guy had did, and he got arrested. The guy had just got arrested. You never seen it?
No, but I've heard about that.
Yeah, he just got arrested.
Okay, I mean, these are like very strong hate posters. It's like in America you have the First Amendment, so it's like they let them up there because they say freedom is... Yeah, what do you feel about that?
I feel that America is a country of oppression and oppressors, and it's fucked up that motherfucker done fuck niggas up for years, and now people want to say some shit and you can't say nothing. Everything got to be politically correct. They done called us niggas and beat us up in the head for years, and now somebody else want to say something about somebody else. Like, you can't say that. I don't have no either way with it.
Right.
I'm not really into the religion thing, so I don't, people take it real serious, and I don't get into it, so it's, for me to have an opinion about it, it would be irresponsible. I'm just,
I mean, like I said, I haven't heard about the posters.
Okay.
I mean, it's all bad. I mean, I can't see no good coming out of it. First Amendment is just it's a tough cookie to kind of go around, because at one time, you do want your freedom of speech. You should be able to say what you want to say. At the same time, I mean, is what you're saying causing more trouble?
Whatever they want to say, but you have to deal with the consequences, whether good or bad.
Something that means something. I gotta kick something that means something. Something that means something. Something that means something.
So, like, over the recent years, a lot of hip-hop lyrics actually have concentrated on conspiracy theories and the Masons and the Illuminati. Why do you think that is?
That's not new. It just got popular because people like Jay-Z talk about it.
I don't know. I think it's just something to talk. I think it's just something to talk about. It's something just, like unique. It's something that the average person, I mean, when you don't have no definite answers, it's just a curiosity that just stays into your head. So I think it's just one of those things, like it just strikes a curiosity, and people, like I said, there's no answer, so you're always kind of searching for the answer. Is it true? Is it not true?
Those are conspiracy theories. Now you talking about somebody like Immortal Technique? Them ain't theories. Them ain't conspiracy theories. That's real fact. He's kicking real facts. So some people just get on the internet and just like get all, see some shit and be like, that's interesting. More subject matter for my raps.
Sure.
Nothing wrong with that, because it's knowledge, whether it's true or false. It's make you find out some more information, and that's never a bad thing.
Definitely makes the fans can think about things, and like I said, it's not a bad thing.
Takes your mind off of somebody talking about a drink or somebody's big butt for a while. You think about, did the CIA chief really do something crazy? Hip
hop, everybody doesn't have to be everything. 2 Chainz does not have to talk about no conspiracy theories. Hip-hop is a venue where everybody can do them, and there's party music, there's, different kinds of music, so I wouldn't,
and that's where people get confused.
Right.
Because people feel like, oh, it should be like this, or oh, it should be like that. But then it's like, you don't have one type of rock and roll person, you know what I'm saying? You have Bob Dylan, you have Rolling Stones, you have,
It's
Journey.
It's rounded. There's a lot of different stuff.
Different styles, and then people, it just seems like in hip hop, people feel like it's not supposed to, like this is how it was in the 90s, and this is like it's not that, and so like it's wrong. Like people just make it wrong.
They're like, you guys aren't gangster rap. Why do you guys like it? It's so degrading to women and yada yada.
I love Snoop. I never found anything wrong with Snoop. Snoop makes me laugh. So, I never found anything wrong with that. The Pharcyde, you began with 4 and now you're 2. How has that changed the Pharcyde vibe? You want to go?
For us,
Yeah.
I mean, it's been like since 2000. It's been a long time. So like, I mean, for the average person, who probably was away, who probably didn't know what was going on, it's probably different, or like, oh, I really not sure about that situation. But as far as for us, it was a natural progression. It wasn't something that we wanted it. I mean, it wasn't like we planned to just be like 2, or that was the whole thing. It's just, it was natural progression as far as, 4 guys who really don't see eye to eye, don't have share the same type of goals, and that was basically it. It was kind of like a college thing. I feel like, in college you can be, you can have the greatest roommate, you can be with them every day, share meals, do all that. But then once college is over and she's a doctor and you're a construction worker or whatever you're going to do, you don't hang with the same people. It's totally different. And that's just how it is. We just have totally different goals as far as what we want to get out of the music industry. So as far as for us, we kind of share the same goals. That's why that's why we hang with each other. And I guess they may share the same goals as far as what they're trying to get out of it. So, I mean, to each their own.
And like for your fans, do you think it makes much of a difference when they come to see you?
It's confusing for the fans.
Okay.
Totally confusing for the fans. Totally upsetting. Totally disheartening. I mean, for the true Pharcyde head,
Yeah.
they don't like it. I can totally understand it. I'm a fan of music. I don't like to see Tribe be whatever. But then I have to understand, like, music and everything is like a relationship, and people get divorced. You don't want to see your parents. You don't want to see their parents. You don't want to see that happen. But do you want to see them fight every day? Would you rather see them just disgusted with life and not really enjoy it, or would you rather just see them somewhat enjoy their life and kind of move ahead? And I feel that that's where we're at. Like, we done moved ahead.
There would be a better vibe on stage with just the two of you now, anyway.
Yeah, well.
I've seen you 4 and I've seen you 2, and it was still like you still killed it on stage, and it was really lively, and you still fill the place up. So it's just slightly different.
I mean, it's just music. It's just people get so attached to the music, they feel like it's a part of them, and they own it. And you don't change. I didn't tell you to change it. You can't change it. And that's even when you go from one record to the next record, you can see how passionate people are with the music. They're like, how could you who's JD? Where's J Swift? You should make records with J Swift. And it's like, you can't let people determine what you want to do. So, I mean, once we kind of are on the same page, that it starts there, and then hopefully the people can understand what's happening. But we don't like to force feed nobody. Like, okay, that's the old music. You gonna hear the new music now. Like, that's never the vibe. It's always, this is the Pharcyde. We made the first 2 records with them. We made 2 records without them. We're going to continue to make music. So the people that want to come on and jump on, have a party, we're going to have a party. If not, sorry. I mean, can't please everybody.
When you feel hopeless, focus. You got to stay strong and move on. They're really empowering lyrics from your solo track, Papers. What other projects are you guys doing besides being part of Pharcyde? You've got other things going on, obviously. Uncle Imani first.
Uncle Imani, that's what's up. That's the whole situation. It's a situation. Pro-black magic. It's a mind state. It's just music I've been working on, something I created after, being with the Pharcyde. I love the Pharcyde, and I'm my own person, and outside of the Pharcyde, just some of my ideas, some of my thoughts, some of my visions, some of my, shit come inside my world. That's really what it is. It's not like, oh yeah, I'm about to change the state of the world. And I like to make music, and it's fun. Yeah. And some people dig me.
Okay. Pro-black magic, what's that?
Yeah. I like the way it flows off my tongue.
Okay.
And I like the way it makes my head feel, where it puts my head at pro-black magic.
What about yourself? What solo projects are you at? Doing anything?
I got gang of projects, almost like 8 or 9 projects at the time.
Craig.
So I just kind of stay busy. I got Googlenaires with Mocha. I mean, we got Pharcyde with Imani. I got my own stuff, Bird Talk. So there's multiple projects that I got right now. I'm just trying to think of like what I want to put out first, or like what direction I want to go. But I just stay in the studio all day. So I just make music. I don't really, sometimes I don't even have a focus of what I want to do. I just try to do something.
Just know that's the method of getting it out. It's being in the studio, being around like minds, being around good energy, being around the instruments that, that's what you need.
And you said you were producing some of your own beats as well?
My project's called Bird Talk.
Okay.
So it should be out soon.
Right. Can you give me 2 from your favorite hip-hop track, like 2 lines, 2 bars or something?
Damn, y'all set it off. Used to be hard, now you just wet and soft. Heard you was down with the AK, till I saw you in a video with Miss Chalet, looking like straight bozos. I saw it coming, that's why I went solo and kept on stomping. Well, y'all motherfuckers move straight out of I love that. That's the best diss track ever, man. That is the best shit. I wouldn't want to be on the other end of that diss. Dr. Dre was smacking motherfuckers. I'm like, don't play that record. Don't play that record while I'm in the house. I love NWA. That was like my favorites and shit. De La Soul and NWA Run DMC. Those are my favorites.
I think like a standard line was shake my hand, make it a firm shake. Say what's Ice Cube and then break. Like that says so much. Like people, like it's like the way that he said it, but it says so much because it's like he's just like, man, you don't have to like, you don't have to be all up on me. You don't have to just, man, just shake my hand, say what's up, say what's cool, and then go out through your day. You don't have to just stay here and that rule applies today. Yeah. Like it still applies. Like it's great. It was perfect. It's perfect.
Actually, coming on to that, did you see the Art of Rap documentary? I see, yeah.
I didn't see Art of Rap.
You saw it?
I haven't seen it yet. Was it good?
I thought it was excellent.
How you gonna say it's excellent? There was no De La Soul, no Pharcyde,
I know.
no
Well, I was gonna say, why weren't you in it? But it was still.
I'm just saying, it was cool.
I love the way it was filmed, and I love some of the guys who were
cool
on.
Because it was Ice-T's perspective, and that's how he wanted to present it. That's what made it dope. For me, it was pieces missing. For me, from where I come from in hip-hop. And that's why it was some things that I was like, damn, I never got to see Rakim talk. Damn, I never seen really Big Daddy Kane go into it. I dug that. But for me, I feel like the West Coast wasn't really represented. Like I saw Razzcast and I saw Exhibit, and that was it. He touched on it. It was cool. But from where I'm from, I wish I'd have saw more.
I went to the Q&A that he did, and he did say like a lot of the people, he couldn't get them all in, and he had to chop some people out, and some he did. He didn't even talk to you. That's okay. Well, that's no good.
My friend Supernatural, he did the party at the House of Blues, and he told him in a rap, he was like, how could you make the art of rap and I ain't even in it? So we've had this conversation, and he talked to Ice-T about it. So I mean, I applaud his attempts. It was cool. It was just I'm hating because I want to be in it. I want to be on the big screen saying something.
Sure.
But it was good.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting, and I did think it was excellent. Except for the fact that you guys weren't in it, obviously.
I haven't seen it, so I still want to see it. So yeah, I gotta check it out. Is it on DVD?
Worth seeing.
Yeah, I bought it. I thought it should have had like Dale talking about like the whole Hyro thing, and his cousin is Ice Cube.
Well, you gotta have a part. That's part 2, man.
Right.
Maybe.
That's for us to do it.
Yeah, you gotta have part 2.
Right.
About hip-hop evolving, and it's changed, and the current state of hip-hop, are you happy with it?
Yes. I'm happy with it.
You're happy?
I don't separate hip-hop out of music, and I think that's what people does. I think like music is, if you want to say the state of turmoil, I think the whole music is in a state of turmoil, not just hip-hop.
Because I was just going to say, digital age and all that has made a difference.
Nah, that didn't make a difference. I mean, it just made it more accessible for people to do stuff. But then at the time, I mean, it's technology. It's going to happen. I mean, if I was 18, would somebody told me, if you get $100, you can have a chance to make a song, I would jump at that opportunity all day. So I don't think it's a technology fault. I mean, the fault is just money. It's just the companies and greed. It's corruption in the system. That's all it is. I mean,
that's always been there, though.
Yes, from day one.
And corruption especially in the music industry. Yeah.
From day one, from the day that
they were giving fools Cadillacs to sign record deals.
Yeah, instead of money, and
taking all their publishing before they didn't even know what publishing was.
I think a lot of young people are more clued up to it now. That kind of thing.
They are, but it's going back. It's going backwards because what you have now, you have a thirst for fame. You have a thirst for people wanting to be on TV. You have a thirst for YouTube. You have a thirst for this instant. So basically what you have is like people are willing to be part of that fame. They're willing to give. They know inside their brain that it's wrong, but they're willing to give it up just to get into
Sell the soul's job.
Yeah, just to get there. I mean, I can understand. I mean, the only way I can say it's like a Kim Kardashian theory, like you give everything, but I mean, what would she be? Like if she didn't do that, would she have the Mercedes? Would she have the world trips? Would she even be recognized? That's what she did to get to the point. So I think that's how kids are looking at it these days. They just look at it like, it's an all out. It's an all out, all in, and that's what it takes to make it.
Okay. Finally, when was the last time then when you were blown away by something? Was it in Amsterdam recently or
blown away musically?
Yeah. Just anything. In music or just life?
I say last time I was blown away was our trip to New Zealand when we went to Lake Wanaka. Yeah, okay. It was like we were just on the other side of the world. It felt like, and the water was clear, and it was just a different environment, and it it was incredible for that hot second, just to be there, just to look, and just it was a piece that you don't really find too many other places.
And would you say the same thing, or?
That's a big word. Get your wig blown
Well,
back.
blown away by something.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Could be just a simple thing. Someone could have just smiled
That's
at you
not
and
blowing
blew
my
it.
wig
No.
back. See, that's the difference. That's not blowing my wig back. Somebody
Okay.
smiling. Oh, there's so many
It
things,
don't have to
man.
be a big thing. It could be like walking in Brazil. And
Yeah.
Just seeing somebody
Yeah,
else.
man, nah, just
Boom, da.
man, it's just my life. I mean,
Those
it's just
you-
so hard to just separate it because it's just filled up with just I get to travel, I get to meet people, I got beautiful kids, I got love, I got family.
So you're a well-lucky guy.
Yeah.
Well, I say a big thing
It's
Yeah.
was my daughter going to school, man. She going to college.
Come on, man.
That was a big thing for me. Like, you know, like she was there, like from somebody that I've seen for like years, and now she was just like in college. It was just, and then like, you know, like you don't have like most rapper dudes, or you don't go and you talk to them like, yeah, you know, my daughter's in college, or you know, that's not the subject that you talk about. But it was a big thing for me because it was just like, man, I'm a parent, like, you know what I'm saying, like, man, she's out the house.
Yeah.
That was like,
Strong.
oh
Yeah.
man, me and my girl cried.
Oh.
We dropped her off. We was all crying and stuff, and it was a moment.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a wig
Nice.
blowing back.
Yeah.
It was a moment.
Real stuff. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
To mean something, something that means something. I gotta kick something that means something, something that means something, something that means something.
Phantasmagorical Pharcyde. Kick this!
Elma.
Kick it. Can I kick it? Can I kick it? Can I kick it? Can I kick it?